What's going on, guys? Griffin here, coming back with another video for you all. Before we get started, if you're new to the channel and looking to break through and become financially free this year, it's never too late to do so. Consider subscribing below. That's what we talk about here, from running businesses to how to manage your finances, which we're going to talk about right now. But like I said, if you're new to the channel, definitely consider hitting that subscribe button right now. But let's get right to it. So everyone has this question almost every single year, and it's hilarious that like every year it's just like it pops up almost like, oh, we have a tax refund coming in, what should we do with it? And for the most part, people go out and blow it on stupid stuff. Now, I personally, as a single guy with a business and whatnot, haven't seen a tax refund in about 2 years now. I think I'm finally going to get my first tax refund in a couple years. Let's see, yeah, in 2 years, because now, yeah, I started my business when I was like 18 and whatnot. Now I'm going to be going on 21. So yeah, this will be my first tax refund in a while. And I was kind of sitting there with the same thought. I was like, I wonder what I should do with this tax refund. And I know some of you, like single women with like 3+ kids or something, depends on the situation obviously, but a lot of you can get, sometimes from what I hear, like $1,500, $2,000+, and that can really add up in a positive way if you use it the right way. This isn't money to go out and buy a car or go out and buy some fancy dish set or dining set, whatever you want, any of that BS. This, if you use it wisely, can change your whole year and beyond. And now, I'm just going to kind of list off a few things depending on your situation, what you should do. So first thing you should do, obviously I believe heavily in the baby steps that Dave Ramsey preaches. First thing that you're going to want to do, say you get a $1,000 refund, which sounds like is about the national average. Say you get a $1,000 refund and you don't have an emergency fund whatsoever. Well, guess what? You have your emergency fund fully funded, boom, with one check. Go ahead, well, two checks for most part, because some of you, if you have state income tax, you'll get a state refund as well. But $1,000, boom, funded just like that in one check essentially. And then you can go on to baby step 2 or whatnot, whatever step you are at in this process, which would be paying off debt and so on. And let's say you have an emergency fund of $1,000, that's always where you want to start. Obviously, $1,000 isn't much of an emergency fund, but did you know like 70% of Americans can't even cover an emergency that's $500 or more? So that goes to show that if you have a $1,000 emergency fund, you're ahead of like 2/3 of America right off the bat. Yes, it's not going to cover like a huge medical expense, but it's better than having nothing at the end of the day. But anyways, let's say you have your $1,000 emergency fund already, or even more. Then take that money, throw it at whatever debt you have. Say you have a car payment and you're down to like, I don't know, let's say $5,000 that you have left to pay off. I'm just throwing a random number out there. Well, if you take your $1,000 and throw it at that, boom, 5,000 goes straight down to 4,000. You done chopped off, what would that be, 20% of that, and you're gonna have to pay a lot less in interest, which obviously is like a super key when it comes to like paying off debt. The more interest you pay, the longer you're going to be paying and whatnot. It's just a very, very good idea to throw that stuff at debt, throw it at emergency fund. And then number 3, what I would suggest doing, this kind of will contradict some of maybe Dave Ramsey's logic and whatnot, but to some degree won't, because that's like baby step 4 or 5 if I remember right. You're gonna want to invest this money. Don't, like I said, this is not money just to go blow. This is like hard-earned money. It's pretty much just like your actual working income. This is money you worked for and that you overpaid the government. So the government pretty much borrowed your money, 0% interest, and they're giving it to you back. So I mean, it's actually your hard work money, you're just now seeing it back. That's what a lot of people miss in this whole situation, and that I don't know what it is. It's like they feel like the government's just giving them money. No, if you go look at your W-2s and whatnot, you paid the government this money. The problem is that for the amount you make and your situation and whatnot, you overpaid. So they're sending you your hard-earned money back. This isn't a little gift from the government or anything like that at all. It's not a government program or anything. So take this money, use it wisely, and if you have your debts paid off, you have a little emergency fund going, invest this money, guys. You will be amazed if you are able to take your tax rate. And when I say able, I mean your debts paid off, you have a good little emergency fund going. If you are able to do this, invest your tax refund every year, imagine just the compound interest on that alone every year. If you could start doing that every year and say a basic mutual fund with roughly 8 to 12%, which is what a lot of them do. Dave Ramsey says I think 10 to 15, but from what I've been doing research on, it seems 8 to 12 is a really reasonable. I don't want to overestimate. 8 to 12%, you're gonna make thousands of dollars on that over time. If you start at a young age, especially young people like myself, if you're 18 to even 30 years old and you start doing this every single year, just imagine if you throw $1,000 in that every single year or more, because like I said, some people get $2,000 to $3,000. Some of us get like 300, 500 bucks, just depends on your situation. But imagine if you were just able to take that money and just keep on throwing it, stacking it up every year. For one, if you do this for 20 years, you're going to have $20,000 put in this account. And if you put that in there and whatnot, I don't remember the exact numbers, but I want to say it's well over $1 million over that 20-year period. I might be wrong, it might be a 25 or 30-year period, but either way, you invest $20,000 of quote-unquote free money that pretty much you weren't expecting, but that came in, that you did earn in the end, but it's unexpected money still. If you literally just invest that money that you weren't even expecting, to be honest, just imagine how better off you'll be come 40s, 50s, and whatnot. Chances are you're going to be in a lot better of a financial position than, I would say, by the time we retire, probably more than 75-80% of Americans. It's quite scary how many people are not prepared for retirement. I know that ever since I was like, 10 years old, like I said in previous videos, I always watched Fox Business with my dad and whatnot, mostly just watching price of oil because we complain about gas prices and whatnot, but because I grew up when gas was like $4 a gallon for a pretty long time, but just point being, kind of got off track there, point being, just be smart with this money, guys. It only happens once a year. You're not expecting the money to begin with, and I think that's why people go out and waste it on stupid stuff, because they kind of see it as a gift. They don't see it as a blessing, they just see it as a gift. And I know blessing and gift, some people get those, they're like, well, aren't they about the same? No, not whatsoever. There's a difference between hashtag blessed versus real blessed. But point being, just go out there, be smart. When you get, I highly suggest you, because it comes in a check form, obviously not cash. I highly suggest you don't go cash that check as soon as you get it. Just leave it there on the table or countertop, whatever you have. Just let it sit there and just stare at it. Just stare at it and think long and hard. Have a piece of paper even or something, and just write what you could do with the money and versus what you want to do with the money, and then kind of look at the instant gratification versus the long-term effect, and then write down the numbers. Like I said, if you invest this over time, go ahead and write at the top of the page, road to $1 million or something, to keep you motivated, and then write those investments and paying off debt and all that stuff underneath, whatever you need to do with it. Write those underneath, and then write what you want to do with it today. It could be buying that stupid dining set. It could be purchasing a new car, putting a down payment on a car and paying for it over time, which is just stupid. But just look at all those. Look at all the stuff that you'll be investing in that's actually going to lose money in value versus what's going to make you a millionaire over time. It's just something to think about. I'm going to go ahead and start wrapping this video up, guys. It's not very long, as lately I've been posting like 10+ minute videos. But I just wanted to shoot this quick video for you guys before I go working on my little $1,000 car. Got to get oil changed, get inspected and whatnot. I got a feeling it's got an exhaust leak that I'll have to fix. But that's pretty much it for this video. Hopefully it did add some value to your guys' life. I know the tax refund season is right around the corner. All of us are just now getting our W-2s. So it's time to go see the accountant and all that good stuff. I definitely hope for the best tax refund for you guys this year. Hopefully you go do some smart things with it. And like I said, if you're new to the channel, definitely consider hitting that subscribe button. As always, I'll put it right up here. And if you didn't see one of my previous financial videos and you want to check one out before subscribing, you can check one of them out right there. Just drop my phone on the ground. Nice. But until next time, guys, go make some money. Go make some good decisions.